Maria. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Discovery Bay in beautiful Hong Kong, China. This is the 2016 IIHF Ice Hockey Women's World Championships, and this is Division 2, Group B. 3 games today, and we are showing game number 2, the game between Ukraine and Belgium. My name is Scott Yang, and on behalf of the Hong Kong China Ice Hockey Association and the IIHF, we welcome you to DB Ice Rink, where this is the home of this year's edition of the tournament. Let's welcome the officiating crew on the ice as well as the two teams. Ukraine currently standing in on top of the standings with 6 points, with 2 wins and 2 games. They are by far the most dominant team in the tournament so far, with 12 goals scored, 4 and only 4 against. They are currently in the lead of the standings. They will be certainly one of the teams to push for the championship and of course the chance for a promotion to Division 2A over the next season. And as for their opponents, Belgium lost 2 games of their opening games. Tough games, and they were able to come close in both games, but things didn't go their way, and they're now currently in 5th place with 2 games and 2 losses with no points. They are currently tied with New Zealand. So this game for Belgium especially is going to be a pivotal game. Not much of a chance to compete for medals if they lose this game. And if they don't garner any points here today against Ukraine, their focus of this tournament will become to stay in the division and avoid relegation. Players to look for this game for Ukraine. Certainly we'd want to watch out for number 12, Valeria Manchak. In 2 games, she scored 3 goals and 5 assists for 8 points. Also the scoring leader for the division. And her supporting cast, number 14, Daria Timirenko, and for number 17, Polina Telihina. Timirenko with 4 points, a goal and 3 assists, and Telihina with 3 goals and 1 assist. Number 10, Anastasia Skorupkod, also a force for this powerful Ukraine defense. She has 3 points, 2 goals and 1 assist. Juliana Vilhan has been the starting goalie for Ukraine. One of the top goalies here in the division. As for the Belgium squad, number 6, Lotte de Coutinier, 3 goals in 3 points in 2 games, their leading scorer. But after that, it's been number 9, Anke Stino, with 3 assists, also for 3 points. But other than these 2, the Belgian team has been having trouble finding their scoring touch. But good news for them, their goalie, number 20, Charlotte Swinen, has been great in net. In 2 games, she had a goals against average of 4.04, 90.48 save percentage. And of course, Juliana Vilhan, number 20, 94.83 save percentage and a 1.8 goals against average. So we'll take a look at how these 2 goalies fare, and as always, short tournaments, really a hot goalie is going to help immensely for any team. And right now, the game is underway. In white jersey is Belgium, and in blue jersey is Ukraine. Belgium has slightly more experience in terms of player age, average 22 years of age. And with a lot of the players playing in their local leagues, with the exception of number 10, Louise Miller, who plays for Queen's University in Canada. As for Ukraine, most of the players are spread all over the world. Canada, Sweden, Italy, Germany. It's just great to see every single one of them being able to be here for the World Championships. Here is Belgium with a chance, a cross ice pass across the crease. Ukraine, number 5, number 5, Leona Kipria sends it down the ice, collecting the puck is number 8, Jeremy Wagmans. Ukraine with the puck. Sofia Couture sets it down. Goalie made the first save of the game. Another long shot. This one screened by Skorod, also caught by the goalie. Great performance by Swinner so far this game, and also for the past 2 games she's played. Continues to be solid for Belgium as they look to gain points in terms of team standing. New Zealand today just lost a game today, a heartbreaker to Lithuania. A 1-goal game they lost. A great chance for Belgium if they could pick up at least a point here so they can move ahead in terms of standings. Belgium plays New Zealand tomorrow at 12:30 local time. That game is likely going to decide the team who gets relegated to Division 3A. These teams have all fought very hard to climb up to Division 2B, and I'm sure none of them wants to be relegated back to Division 3 again. So expect Belgium to come out this game in force, trying to gain the upper hand early on in the game. Here's a long shot, blocked by Ukraine. Van Hoof, very quick hands, plays it back into the offensive zone. Ukraine gets it. Is it an offside call by the linesperson? Now Belgium realizes and skates back out into the neutral zone. Ukraine from their own zone on the left side now steers it to the right side to Alipova. Alipova, a very strong game yesterday. Today, we look forward to having Alipova with an even better game. Alipova on the right side, on her left, number 3, Maria Pozov. Angelina Mayfeld gave the puck away. Number 14, Hans van Hoof with the shot. This one wide. And there is the whistle from the referee here. Stakes are high for both teams here. Ukraine is chasing gold, and they need to score a high goal difference, currently at +8 to stay ahead of Hong Kong, while Belgium is fighting for their lives in Division 2B. They do need at least a point here before tomorrow's game against New Zealand. Here's the high-powered Ukraine with a shot here. Goalie made the save. Very solid early on for Swinen, the goalie. Here is another save, rebound, and that's a goal. The referee pointing towards the net signal in the goal. And Ukraine seems like they're going to have an early lead. That's a sweep into the empty net by Ukraine. It's 1-0 Ukraine. Not the best start Belgium hopes for, but that's what you get with Ukraine. Very, very high-powered team. And right now everything is looking very good for Ukraine. They've managed to gain the lead early on. And they've managed to break the goalie, Charlotte Swinen of Belgium, early on. These two teams met last year at the World Championships here in Division 2B. Ukraine won decisively 6-1. But last year it was actually Anke Stino scoring first that game. But this year it's Ukraine getting the go-ahead goal early. And Belgium needs to know they can beat the Ukraine defense like they have done last year. The challenge is whether they can sustain the offense for a full 60 minutes. And right now they are down by a goal very, very early on in the game. Rozak getting the puck in the neutral zone, sends it down deep, while three teammates go for a change, and Rozak watching the bench, waiting for the chance to get to the bench. We look at the two defenders for Ukraine switching sides as Rozak is getting ready for the change. Kipria to Skorotkot. Skorotkot sideways to Nestorenko. We saw Nestorenko yesterday, very strong game, and also we watched her during the warm-ups. Very, very strong player with a hard shot. And we'll look forward to seeing Nestorenko getting more ice time from head coach Yevgeny Alipov. Skorotkot from behind the net, centering pass, blocked by Belgium. Another pass. Look at Belgium clogging the slot area right in front of the goalie. Trying to block all the passes into the danger zone. Here comes Belgium coming through the left side with speed. That's number 11, Linmore Saunders. Saunders played very well yesterday and still is one of the main offensive threats for Belgium. Quick shot by number 15, Nestorenko, and goes immediately for a change. Very disciplined team in Ukraine. Now Belgium escapes the forechecker, sends it down the ice, and it's going to be an icing call, or was it not? Belgium beats out icing, and Ukraine gets it. 7 minutes gone in the opening period. Ukraine with the lone goal so far with the 1-goal lead. Ukraine, number 18, Varvara Ismailova. To the right to Lopatina. Great passing, this Ukraine team, to Skorotkot in front. 4 players battling for the puck, and Ukraine comes out with it, and they score the second goal. 2-0 Ukraine. Ukraine with a wonderful goal here. Again, the second goal unanswered. Belgium seems to have defended well over the past 7.5 minutes. But still, Ukraine's been able to find the cracks through their solid defense. 2 times in a row. It's Alipova to Rokhanova. Belgium tries a 3-on-3, gets past the blue line. Saunders gets it back, leaves it to the slot. Paulinson couldn't find the pine puck in time and misses out on the shot. Maifeld brings it back to Koza. Rokhanova backhands it down deep, giving chases Maria Koza. Belgium surrounding the Ukrainian players. And there is Szymanska. Chips it down into the left corner of the offensive zone. Belgium with an odd man rush. Only one now because the other players needed to go for a change. $11:20 to go in the opening. Ukraine wearing their blue jerseys, leading the game by 2 goals. Peel with a shot, this one just wide. Huge showing for both teams today in the stands. In terms of the number of flags, they're equal. Both fans zones with 2 flags of their own. Look at the numbers of fans. I would say they're also pretty even as well. Here's a long shot by Ukraine. Rebound, also saved. Great save by Swinen. Still very solid for Belgium. And Belgium will need her to be in her A game as Ukraine continues to pile up the shot count. This one hit the linespersons. The puck remains in the neutral zone. Around 10 minutes remaining in the opening period. Here comes Ukraine with another shot of their own. That's number 12, Valeria Manchak. Belgium, and that's going to be offside. De Goutteniere skates back to cancel out the offside. Boltzmans, nice speed with the shot. They score! 2-1. Belgium comes back with a goal of their own. A nice cross-ice pass from Saunders. Very nice went near side. And scoring past the goalie in number 20, Juliana Wilhan. The great pass by Saunders. Now Belgium once again have proven to the rest of the teams here watching from the sidelines that they can generate offense even against Ukraine, this high-powered team. Under 9.5 minutes to go in the first period, and the puck went out of bounds. Scoring the goal for Ukraine, the first goal scored by Polina Telihina, number 17, assisted by Daria Tsimerenko and Valeria Manchak. Their second goal, and unassisted one by number 18, Barbara Ismerova. And for Belgium, they're one of the top offensive threats, number 6, Lotte de Goutteniere. Now we have a penalty against Belgium, against Ukraine. In the box, number 15, Anastasia Nesterenko. She's gone for 2 minutes for delaying the game as she sends the puck out of the zone. Now Belgium has a chance to tie the game up. Stino to Boltzmans. Boltzmans to the slot. Shoots, rebound. Great chance by Belgium. Stino with another shot. This one hits a leg. Belgium very, very well controlling the play. Here's another shot. Rebound from the side. Goalies covered it for the face-off. What a chance for Belgium, and we have applause from both sides of the rink. Obviously, Ukraine cheering on for their goalkeeper, and Belgium's cheering for their forwards. .8:44 to go. Stino pokes it down to the left side, and Ukraine able to poke it loose. Maria goes up to the puck first, pinning the puck to the board to shave off some precious power play time off the clock. Now Belgium regains possession. Passes sideways to number 3, to Tenwang. Number to Tenwang to Coutinere. Now Ukraine able to poke it back out into the neutral zone again with 45 seconds remaining in the power play. To Coutinere again. Saunders receiving from Summershoe, onside play. Saunders. On the back, it's Wagmans. Wagmans gets it to the point with a long shot. Screened! Rebound picked up by Ukraine, and they feed it out into the neutral zone. Wagmans tried to get it back, but it was a little too late as they were caught offside with 17 more seconds to go in the power play and a little over 7.5 minutes remaining in the opening period. This is day 4 of the tournament. A great atmosphere all around the rink and also here in Discovery Bay. And couple that with the Easter festivities all around the plaza outside of the shopping center. Yes, this rink, DB Ice Rink, is located inside a shopping center in this neighborhood of Discovery Bay. Thanks to DB Ice Rink, very, very helpful in terms of helping with the setup and providing whatever we need for the tournament. Saunders with a shot, goalie pad save, rebounded by Vedmentenko, number 4. Sends it to Telehina, one of the top scoring forwards for Ukraine. Back to Kirichenko. Kirichenko, more like of a stay-at-home defender, now chipping in, pinching in to help out with the offense. Backhands it down deep. Manchak waiting for the puck, and she gets it, turns around, blocked by Belgium's captain. Long shot, goalie had to save it. Shot was through traffic, goalie having troubles seeing where it originated from and made a great reactionary save. We also have to thank all the volunteers and helpers around. It's during the Easter holiday seasons here in Hong Kong, China, and a lot of families, friends, hockey players traveling out of town for vacations, hockey tournaments. And it's wonderful to have all these wonderful people helping out. Of course, everyone traveling to town supporting us from the IIHF. We have the results manager. I don't know the names. We have Mr. Bob Nicholson, Vice President of the IIHF. I saw him this morning. He's probably still in the arena watching the games. There are other personnel from the IIHF. And together, we're having a wonderful time here at Discovery Bay, Hong Kong, China. Here's Paulison in the offensive zone. Ukraine chips it out of their own zone. Now they have a 2-on-2, cross-ice pass to number 15, Zimirenko. Zimirenko picks up her own rebound, skates around, very smooth skating. Nice pass back to Kozak, number 8. Number 8's Kazier. Kazier goes back for a change. Coming out for her is number 21, Lishkovich. Chance here for Darnya Rozak. Having the puck stopped by goalie Charlotte Swinen, number 20. It's a 1-goal game. Belgium still hanging on to the game. They would really, really want to gain at least a point from Ukraine, but Ukraine is not an easy team to play against. the bronze medalist from last year's World Championships in Division 2B. And right now they are standing up top the division with an unbeaten record, 2 wins and 2 games. Benzovic on the right side, players crashing into each other. Referee letting play go. A long shot, rebound. Picked up by Belgium. Now they get it and puts it out into the neutral zone for a change. Not the best time to change now, but it did it with speed. 4 minutes remaining in the opening period. Now Ukraine with the backhander, Swinen with the save. Looking at play coming up from behind. Swinen gets into position, making the solid pad save. Stack the pads with a 5-hole. 2-1, still Ukraine leading by 1 goal and just 1 goal. This very high-powered team is now giving up a 2-on-1. Belgium making the pass. This one just wide. Great chance for Belgium. Almost scoring the goal. And here is Stino on the left side. Stino centering pass blocked by the goalie with a stick. 3.5 minutes to go in the opening period. Bosmans pinning the opponent into the boards while the players fight for the puck. Belgium sends it down deep. Ukraine tries to move it out of their own zone. Gonna pass the toes up to Rokhanova. Rokhanova gave the puck away. And now Mayfeld gave it away. Now here comes Stino with the puck. Backhander. That one was too high and missed the net. The goalie might have had a piece of it. Here comes Telehina. Catching the Ukrainians with a bad change. But linespersons cut them some slack. Didn't call it. Vetmendenko sends it down deep. Still in day 4 of the tournament, teams are still having trouble with the gates. Yesterday we're doing the commentary with Keith Fong. Our color commentator commented on where the benches were located. Quite different from most other rinks. These benches are entirely sewed away in the defensive zone. Wait until the second period. It's going to be even worse for players as they find themselves with a long trek back to the bench after a long shift. I'm sure, there's a nice chance by Belgium, sending it out for Paulinson, but corralled by Telehina. Great protection of the puck by number 8, Jeremy Wagmans. Now with 5 players with the skates pinned down onto the puck. Referee keeps shouting, play on. The puck's actually moving and now it's loose. Belgium came out with the puck and now Ukraine dumps it back in for a change. Just a little over a minute remaining in the opening period. Still 2-1 for Ukraine. Great job by Belgium as they have stabilized the boat, or steadied the boat, past the halfway mark of the period. Ukraine was really going at it early on the game. But Belgium seems to have found their own style and pace in this game. And now the game seems a little more even between these two teams. And again, very important game for them for different reasons. Ukraine looking to win this one outright to try and solidify their chance for promotion to Division 2A. Right now in standings, it's more like a three-way split between Ukraine, Hong Kong, China, and Lithuania, and of course Mexico is also in the mix. These teams separated by 3 points. And that's it for the first period. 2-1 to score, Ukraine with the lead. We'll have the second period for you fine folks in 18 minutes. We welcome you back to DB Ice Rink here in Hong Kong, China. We have a lively crowd here at the rink. This is game 2 of the day, Belgium versus Ukraine. Two teams from Europe surviving the heat and humidity here in East Asia in Hong Kong, China. Pretty warm and humid day out today, with the relative humidity of 90%. A lot of the players having a hard time with the humidity. The sweat, they don't go away, and they stick to your body, and breathing on the ice becomes a little harder. The ice becomes a little softer. The good thing today, it's not as warm as the past couple of days. We saw temperatures of up to 28, 29 degrees, which I know some of the European cities and countries might be jealous about. Today it's a little more manageable at 22, 23 degrees Celsius. But it's a humid day. But here in the rink, it's nothing but hot. Everyone is hot about the game. Both sides, Belgians and Ukrainians, enjoying families, friends, kids, everyone out to support the team they love. Of course, the locals, folks living here in Discovery Bay, also here to watch one of the most prestigious events of ice hockey in the world. That's the IIHF World Championships. This is Division 2B. The winners of this division this year gets promoted to Division 2B. It could and it may be Ukraine if they can remain unbeaten. Here comes Belgium with a 2-on-1 opportunity. Goalie Johan steers it aside. Belgium trying to look for cracks in the Ukraine defense. Ukraine very solid forechecking. Pushes Collinson, Walkman into the boards. And jostling for position right in front of Belgian goalie Charlotte Swinen. No changes in net for neither team. Charlotte Swinen still in versus Juliana Wilhan. In behind the net with 4 players. Ukraine coming up with the puck with the wraparound. Rebounded by Ukraine. Another wraparound chance. This one almost gets into the net, but Belgium is able to clear the puck out of the crease. The last second. Goalie was down, out of balance. Three minutes off the clock in the second period. 2-1 Ukraine. Stats after the first period, Ukraine had 16 shots versus Belgium's 4. Very dominant. And there's Belgium with a dominant stat on their own, which were the face-offs. Belgium dominated the first period with a 66.67% face-off winning percentage. And in ice hockey, every time you win a face-off, it's pretty much guaranteed that you would gain possession for an offensive chance. But Ukraine a little too quick for Belgium. But Belgium halfway through the first period started playing a lot better. It seems to have found a way to play against this high-powered and lightning-fast Ukrainian squad. 16:30 remaining in the second. It's still a 1-goal game. Of course, Belgium goalie Charlotte Swinen very well, playing very good in net. But with her playing every single game in this tournament, and every single game being a high workload game for her, we just have to keep an eye out for her stamina. And it's pretty sure tomorrow's game versus New Zealand, Belgium coach Dale Miller is probably or very likely going to rely on Charlotte winning again, as tomorrow's game may well be one of the most important games for Belgium this tournament, as Belgium and New Zealand will try to fight against each other for a win to stay in the division. Elsewhere around the division, Hong Kong is currently sitting in second place, just behind Ukraine with 2 wins, 2 very magical wins. But that's just part of the story. If you look at the remaining of the schedule for Hong Kong, China, Mexico, Ukraine, coming up for Hong Kong, China. So these are some of the best teams in the division the Hong Kong, China have to beat in order to stand a chance of medaling in this year's tournament. But with 2 wins in their pocket, surely they're going to be staying in this division. And according to the chairman for the association, that's one of the primary goals. Here's a shot from Ukraine in front of the goalie, point blank range as well. That one went wide, goalie had a piece of it. Lithuania also a surprise story for this year's edition of the tournament, being newcomers into the division, freshly promoted from a lower division. Their performances have been surprising and raising a lot of eyebrows across the hockey world. They're supposed to be playing for their lives to stay in the division, and now they are 6 points in 3 games, and they are in contention of a medal this year. And here in the Ukrainian squad, we also have superstar player in number 12, Valeria Manchak. And Manchak is really the showstopper for the game. She's probably not just the best player on the ice. She is likely one of the most decorated multi-sports athlete here in the tournament. According to an internet search, well, I cannot guarantee the accuracy of it, she's a 4-time Ukrainian national boxing champion, a world boxing champion, and a European boxing champion. I was just shocked when I found out this information. In 2014, she was named the most technical boxer at the Boxing World Cup. And she is also a black belt karate champion in Ukraine. The 2015 World Karate Champions, she won 6 medals. So don't go near her. No, it was just amazing when you look up all these players, and that's a responsibility of me as a commentator. But sometimes you just find all these interesting tidbits about players. And with lower division ice hockey, you know most of the players are going to be amateur players, and ice hockey is not their profession. So you'll find all sorts of different interesting information about everyone. And last game in last game in New Zealand versus Lithuania. New Zealand former captain, I remember, was a world-renowned neuroscientist. And maybe that's one of the reasons why she could make it to Hong Kong, China for the tournament. And it's very understandable, you know, a lot of us do have other commitments. And coming to Hong Kong, it's not just for the 7 days while we have the tournament. They have to come early to prepare, to get used to the jet lag, the time difference, to get used to the ice conditions with practices. And not to mention about some of the teams that are really far away from Hong Kong, China. For example, Team Mexico, just for Mexico to come to Hong Kong, including the transfers, it's at least 20 hours just to get to this side of the world. And New Zealand also quite far away, 11, 12-hour flight, and that's a direct flight. Talking about Manchek, she also plays in North America, and with a lot of college experiences, with NCAA experiences. We saw from the game before with Lithuania, Clara Mula, also from the North American collegiate system. So bringing that experience to the World Championships. And for the second period, Belgium doing a great job fending off the Ukrainian attacks. Still no score in the second period. And now Belgium, number 21, Joke Gertels gets the puck, sends it down. Summershoe with speed, chasing after the puck, and now there is a penalty. It's an interference call against Ukraine, and going into the box is number 7, Elisabel Alipova. Referee today from China, Song Mei-na. The two linespersons from Japan, Kubota Rinka, and from Great Britain, Felicity Monroe. Belgium with the power play. See if they could utilize the power play to even up the score. Paulson giving chase against Kirichenko. Kirichenko first to the puck, and because Paulson was offside. Now Paulson clears offside, going in for the puck is Saunders. Number 11. Lenore Saunders, 5'7", one of the younger players on the squad for Belgium, but already playing lots of minutes for Belgium. Summershoe going into the boards. A little over a minute remaining in the power play for Belgium, but they're not generating a lot of chances. Here's Paulson going in, turns around, tripped up. No arms up for from the referee, and play goes on. Saunders not happy, but referee Song Mei-na decided to let the play go on. And Juliana Billman covers the puck for the face-off. 52 seconds remaining. Belgium with some good offensive chances here. De Coutinere scored the first goal for Belgium. Anke Stino. Back to Stino, unable to keep it in the zone. It's Bosmans. Wemke Bosman sends it down, giving chase as number 3, Audrey de Terwani. Stino goes down, but Walkland's still up. Now Ukraine gets it with speed, pulls it up 2-1-1. Direct shot blocked by Stino fearlessly. Now immediately clears it back onto the right side with a 3-on-2 of their own. 4 more seconds, a 4-on-2. And now Alipova comes back out. Both teams are back even strength. Belgium comes out with the puck. Turns around with a shot, it's Bertels. Blocked by Ukraine, and now Ukraine with a 2-on-2. Turns around, loses the puck. Stino gets it, turns it, fires around, turns around and fires it away. Long shift for her, about time to get changed. She's still hanging in there, standing right in front of the goalie. Buying time for her teammates to get changed. The Terwangni to Gutierrez. De Gutierrez pins the puck to the boards. Behind her, it's Stino. 5 players. Some players down, some players still remain standing, and now Salminas seen enough, and a whistle for the face-off in the Belgian zone. Players very tired, you can tell from their body language. But the Belgians fought very hard to keep the score to 2-1. And now it's looking like it's anybody's game. Ukraine looked so good out of the gate in the opening period, but all of a sudden the scoring has dried up. And now you hear Ukraine fans cheering on for the team, trying to pump them up. Saunders. Alipova with the puck. Couldn't get past the Belgian defense. I try one more time, this time from the right side, dumps it in. Players were bumping into each other in the corner. Now a fight for the puck again. Ukraine comes out with it, but loses it. Valeria Manchak, not as prominent as yesterday we saw. Offside play, Manchak was offside by a hair. Face off in the neutral zone. Fighting for the puck behind the Belgian net again. Ukraine turns around, steers it into the slot. Steered away by number 3, Terwangni. Ukraine with a cross-ice pass. Pass didn't quite make it to the tape. Here is Ukraine, getting closer and closer to the net, looking dangerous with a one-timer from the top of the circle. Here's the shot by number 2, blocked by Belgium. Another shot by Telhina. This one also blocked, steered aside to the backboard. Here's another centering pass by Ukraine, looking very dangerous as Belgium collapses back into their own crease. It gave away a lot of room for Ukraine to maneuver around, and there's a goal by Ukraine. Manchak finally delivers. Three and 1 Ukraine. After all that pressure, finally broke Belgium and scored the third goal of the day. Look at Manchak all alone, getting it back into the net. 3-1 Ukraine, with under 6 minutes to go in the second. Now Belgium has to regroup and make sure they don't let up again. Belgium, nice clearance. Chasing after the puck is Lotte de Coutenere, who so far scored the lone goal for Belgium. An interesting fact, Captain Femke Bosmans, the Iron Woman of his team, she holds the record for most points in the program history, 53 points. And she's going to be the player the team will turn to when the game is up close. Here is Ukraine with a shot, and I think they put the puck into the net. There's no signal from the referee. The lights from behind the net didn't go on, so it was probably not a goal. Probably out of my own pure imagination, and there wasn't even any huddles between the linespersons and the referee. And here comes the shot. Oh, that's a fabulous save by the goalie. She was down, it was with her blocker, keeping the puck out of the net. Great non-call, or great call by the referee, Song Mei-na. The Ukrainian player thought she scored, but it turned out to be a fabulous save by goalie Charlotte Swinen. Here's the shot, rebound. This one steered aside by Wilhan. Under 4 minutes to go. Ukraine looking very dangerous, but now Belgium are having their chances. Saunders with a shot goes immediately for a change, and now we have a whistle as well as a player down. With 3:42 remaining in a period, now Ukraine has a player down. It looks like it is number 18, Ismailova. She got up with some help from her teammates. She's looking a little woozy, clutching her helmet. Hopefully she can return to action very soon, and the referee was quick to whistle down play. And I know everyone wants to win, but of course player safety is always number one. And a great job by the referees or the officiating crew. Here is Ukraine coming out of their own zone. Number 3, Kirichenko. Number 3, Kozub. Rather, here is Bosmans, the Iron Woman of the team, with a long shot, rebound! And then a rebound, still loose, puck is still loose, and now we have a Belgian player down. Referee checks on her, she looks okay, gets up, and now we have an icing call against Belgium. Another look at Villan's save. It's a 1. And here is the second. Great save by the goalie. Juliana Vilhan, still one of the better goalies, one of the top goalies in the tournament in terms of statistics. Here's Alipov with the shot, hits a skate. Under 3 minutes to go. Here is number 6, Gutenere. Sharp angle shot. Ukraine with the rebound. Sends it out into the neutral zone. Danya Scott picking it up, sends it the other way. Finds nobody but Ukraine. Ukraine also dumps it in for a change. 2.5 minutes to go. Almost gave it away to Summershoe. Here's Paulina Collinson. Ukraine 2-on-3 with a shot. Hits a leg. Then a stick. Too many men, too many player for Ukraine. Another sloppy change. This one obvious. I had almost a full second to count. 6 players. And they weren't even caught in between the changes. So it's a deserving penalty to Ukraine with too many players on ice. Belgium gets another break before the end of the second period. Serving the bench minor penalty, number 23, Angelina Maifeld. Ukraine fires it down the ice. Goalie steered it aside. Number 8, Wagmans. Saunders. 2-on-3. Saunders on the right. Moving past one player. Couldn't get past the second defender. Ukraine with it. Fires it down the ice again. But this time intercepted in middle ice. Saunders. Nice move and a cross-ice pass. Another cross-ice pass back to Saunders. This one missed. Minute 20 to go in the power play. Belgium looking good here with the power play. Good control, keeps it in the zone. Try to work the puck into the slot area, but Ukraine gets it out into the neutral zone. Summershoe flips it in with a shot by Saunders. Goalie made a save, covered it up for a face-off in their own zone with 59 seconds remaining in the power play and a minute 11 in the second. Three-1 still the score. And a reminder tonight, Hong Kong, China play host to Mexico. .53 seconds, Belgium with the shot. This one, the referee lost sight of the puck. Called it another face-off in the Ukrainian zone. 51 more seconds with the 5-on-4. Yet another face-off win for Belgium. Berthels unable to keep it in. Ukraine backhands it down deep. Now we have a race for speed. Skorotkot able to get to the puck first. Here's Gerthels. 20 seconds to go in the power play. Bosmans. Puck blocked by the Ukrainians. 12 more seconds for the power play. 20 seconds for the period. Here's Skorotkot with the shot. Hit the leg. Skorotkot with another rebound shot. This one, Gerthels intercepted. 10 more seconds. Belgium unable to capitalize on the power play. Now tries a Hail Mary pass. 2 more seconds. Gerthel with the shot. Saved by Vilhan, and that would do it for the second period. 3-1 the score. Ukraine with a 2-goal lead, and we'll take a break. Coming back with the third period in 18 minutes. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Hong Kong, China. This is Discovery Bay, and we are in this fantastic facility, DB Ice Rink, for the 2026 IIHF Ice Hockey Women's World Championships Division 2B. This is the second game of the day. Ukraine versus Belgium, and Ukraine with a 3-1 lead as we head into the final regulation period of the game. 3-1's the score. And Ukraine, of course, with the lead right now. They are doing exactly what they need to stay in the hunt for gold. But Belgium is hanging around, and the second period goal by Ukraine might just be the cushion they need. But you should never count out Ukraine's high-powered offense, as they do have multiple offensive threats on their team on every single line. Ukraine has peppered the Belgian net with 20 shots so far, finding the back of the net 3 times. While they maintain their offensive pressure, the Belgian defense is starting to make them work harder and harder for every single inch of the ice. Despite being outshot 16-4 in the first period, Belgium fought back in the second, actually outshooting Ukraine 7-4 in the middle frame. Belgium, has they found a way to change the tide or tilt the ice? That remains to be seen in the third period. And goalie Charlotte Swinnon has been very solid, saving 17 out of 20 shots. And on the other end, Juliana Vilhan has been very steady, turning away 10 of Belgium's 11 shots. As we've said, please do take notice of number 19 for Belgium, Femke Bosmans, the captain. She's going to be leading by example and will log even heavier minutes in the third period. And the thing we should watch out for is Ukraine. They've been taking the most penalty minutes among these two teams, 6 minutes so far. And we've also seen Belgium with their power play. They are not bad when they try to control play in the power play. So Ukrainians take note, stay out of the box for the final period if you want to win this one in regulation. Stino with a great shot through traffic. Here's De Coutinere. Back to Stino with a shot. This one fearlessly blocked by Ismailova. Remember, Ismailova was injured earlier in the second period with a head injury, and now she's back just fine. And obviously the Ukrainian medical team doing a great job. Almost 2 minutes into the third period, as Belgium is still enjoying a 5-on-4 power play due to Ukraine's too many player penalty near the end of the second period. They're now playing 5-on-4, but now face-up is in their own zone. Still 30 seconds remaining in the power play. Belgium moving in on the right side. The centering pass to Summershoe. Long pass to the right side finds Paulsen on the Belgian squad. That's it for the power play. Ukraine successfully defended the power play. Here's Manchak. Smooth skating, moves in, tries to go past 2. Being tripped down, and there's an immediate penalty being assessed, and boos from the crowd. And surprisingly, the boos comes from the Ukrainian side of the audience. Probably because they were not happy about Manchester's opportunity being taken away. A little over 3 minutes played in this final regulation period, and now Ukraine will have a 5-on-4 advantage. Ukraine fans very vocal. Rozak with the puck, gets it to the left side. Narrow angle shot, barely missed. Ukraine with the rebound, steers it back into the corner. Pinned down into the corner, 4 players digging for the puck. Referee Song Mena right there looking for the play, signaling play on. Player down, still digging at the puck, and Belgium comes out with it, sends it down the ice just to shave off some precious power play time. Ukraine collects the puck from their own zone. Through the left flank, sends it down, blocked by Belgium. Saunders gets the puck from in the forward zone. Tries to steal it for another shot. Working very hard there. That's a little slash there. That one went unnoted. There's a shot by Skorodkod. 1 minute remaining in the power play. Turns around to the shot. Goalie had a piece of it with a blocker save. 3-1 still the score. Ukraine hanging on to a 2-goal lead. And now they're attacking again with the power play. Sends it. Number 4, Vedmetenko. Ilona Kipria. Kirichenko. To Nestorenko. Nestorenko, sharp angle shot. Goalie made a stick save. Vedmetenko sends it back down with a long shot. This one rebounded in front. Belgium was quick to get to the puck for a change. Very tiring for the Belgian side as they exerted a lot of energy defending this high-powered power play unit from Ukraine. And that's it for the power play. Wagerman comes back out from the penalty box. That's a face-off in the neutral zone with 14:54 remaining in the game. Surprising how Belgium was able to come back in the second period with outshooting Ukraine in the second period after what seemed like a dominating period by Ukraine in the first. And they're not out yet. They're still very much in the game, and given the superb performance by Charlotte Swinnen, the Belgian goalie, they can still very much come back into the game. But as the cliche goes, the time or the clock right now is going to be Belgium's greatest enemy. At the time, it's just going to keep ticking down. And now we see Bosmans, the captain for Belgium, number 19 on the right wing position. With her vast experience on the team, a staple of the team. She may not be the flashiest player, but just by being on ice and sharing her experience and leading the team by example, hopefully she can bring some goals for the team, which they really need now. And remember, with a loss, if Belgians do lose this game, they will be tied for 6th place in the standings. And there was a mid-ice collision. Belgium and Ukraine. Belgium player remained down, clutching to her chest. And Ukrainian captain Manchak talking to the referee. She's going into the box. Referee from China, Song Mei Na, assessing the situation right now, and everyone's going to give a lot of time for the injured player. It's a charging call. But for Belgium, they do have a body checking call. So it's going to be, if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be coincidental minors. But right now, I think everyone's attention is on the injured player on the ice right now. That said, player safety is always the #1 priority here on the ice. That's the captain, Femke Bosmans. It was an open ice hit directly to the chest area. She's able to get up on her own strength, which is always a good thing. She is probably going to be able to continue the game, probably knock the wind out of her. And it being coincidental minors, both teams are going to field 5 players. And players being penalized are going to have to stay in the box until the first stoppage after the 2 minutes has expired. So that is going to play into the Belgians' favor, because Ukraine's top players in the box for more than 2 minutes. Now Ukraine gets the puck in the offensive zone. Paulison sends it out. And there's a whistle by the linesperson. Face-off is going to be back in the Belgian zone. And again, the 2 linespersons from Japan, Kubota Linka, and from Great Britain, Felicity Monroe. The 2 working very well with referee Song Mei Na of China. Shot on goal now 19 to 12, 22 to 13 in favor of Ukraine. The score is just 3-1 Belgian, and especially the goalie doing a great job playing against this high-powered Ukrainian team. Saunders with a shot, goalie Bill Hahn made the save and gloved it down for a face-off in their own zone with 13:31 remaining in the final regulation period. And Captain Femke Bosman still receiving attention by the medical staff in the Belgian bench. Not looking very good right now. Though she got up on her own accord, it's still something we should keep an eye on. Here comes Belgium, steered aside by Wilhan, the goalie. Szymanska sends it the other way. Wilmot there to check for the puck. Maria Kozak. Szymanska giving chase for the puck, number 15, Lola Gestos. Interception in neutral zone, bringing the puck into Saunders. He's stripped away by Bozok. Players colliding into each other again, and now Ukrainians' Kozak is down. This collision right here. Rokanova, number 6. She got up. Skating back to the bench. Looking over at the Belgian bench. Bosman still receiving attention from her team doctor. Sofia Couture with the clearance. Couture sends it to the right side. Belgium tries to go the other way. Now they do get it. 3-on-3 opportunity with a sharp angle shot. This one way wide. On the right-hand side, number 18, Summer Shu with the puck. Sends it down behind the net with Saunders. Saunders battling with Lopatina of Ukraine. Paulison with the puck tries to chip it out. And now Summer Shu gets it back in. Paulison lost her stick. Saunders lost her stick, complaining about the non-call. And here is Ukraine with the puck, circling around. The net sends it back to the blue liner. Belgium flips it out into the neutral zone. Very nice play by number 17, Paulison with a shot. This one high, very nicely placed, and goalie had to make a blocker save. Steers it out of bounds. Maka, number 5, Belgium, facing off against number 17, Telekina. Great game played by Belgium today. They were able to keep the score relatively low. Just 3 goals allowed against Ukraine. Belgium sends it down the ice. Karkivska. Telehina back to Karkivska. Flips it into the neutral zone. Here is Manchuk. Manchuk with a shot. Saved by the shoulder of Swinen. Another shot. This one blocked into the corner. Belgian team looking a little fatigued, slower feet. And this is exactly where players should feel fatigued. After all, this is the 3rd game in 4 days for all of these players. And that's not including all the training sessions, practices they have. Especially in this humidity here in Hong Kong. Players are going to have to exert extra energy when they skate around this soft ice. And that's one of the reasons why you see all these girls with very, very quick line changes. Great pass by Belgium with a shot. Pad save and glove save by the goalie, steering it to the side. A little over 9.5 minutes remaining in regulation. Goalie kept it for a face-up in their own zone. It's Belgium, Charlotte, Swinen. Very solid performance today, and also the 2 games they've played. Charlotte plays in Belgium. Along with a lot of her teammates. Lenore Saunders, Willemont, all teammates. Here comes number 11 Paulison with the shot from the sharp angle. Paulison, very effective player. Has size, has speed, and great hands. Oh, there's another great shot by Paulison. Here's Summershoe fighting for the puck in the slot. Summershoe with a shot. This one blocked. Sending it down the ice. Paulison, born 2006, one of the younger players in the system, currently plays in the Netherlands. Will be one of the future players to watch on the Belgian squad. There's a Belgian player down. She collided with her own goalie, and she remains down, so the referee stopped the game to let her teammates attend to the fallen player. 8:18 to go. I'm happy to report Captain Bosmans looking okay. But now we have another injury right next to the goalie. It's a crucial game for everyone here. Looking at the frustration the player expressed, she might have a worse injury than you would think. Normally a player would give the expression of frustrated after being injured when they think they're going to lose their ability to play. So as we wait for the player to receive medical attention, we saw the magical spray. I should have gone to school stayed in school a little longer. I don't know whatever was being sprayed, but I know that's a magical spray where someone gets injured, you kind of cool everything down. Apparently she's okay, but something has to be not right for the player. Looking at how she was being attended to and her frustration, just being knocked into her goalie, and the goalie collided with her. But the Belgium has no time to attend to that anymore, as they would have to continue playing. Captain Bosman still sitting on the bench, not standing alongside her teammates getting ready to play. So there's something wrong with the captain from Femke Bosman. And it's going to be a huge downer for Belgium, as their leader, Femke Bosman, is unable to battle it out with the team on ice. Now it's really up to the players. Oh, that's a goal by Ukraine. That's an odd goal. It kind of flips through everyone. And with a long shot, a lobbing shot. Check out the shot from the top of the screen coming in. It just went right in. It has to be deflected. And it's bad news for Belgium. But the good news is there is still time. But they would have to come back mentally to finish the game off. It's very discouraging to have your player, and here is another one. Here's another goal for Ukraine. And it's almost a lock that they will take this game away and pocket the 3 points. Look at the puck coming out from the right side, backhands it. Nestorenko, talked about her at the beginning of the game, and sure enough, there she is, contributing to the team. Here's another shot, goalie Wilhelm made the save, puck shot up into midair. And now Ukrainian fans cheering for their team. Wagmans. Now we finally see the captain, Femke Bosman, standing right next alongside her teammates. We don't know if she's going to be playing or not. Here's another shot by Ukraine. And frustration starts to creep up on the Belgian side. Bosmans is on ice. She's back, taking the left wing position in the attacking zone. At center, it's number 6 Lotte de Couteniere. In the back, right side, Gertels sends it in for the right wing. Moves it back to Couteniere. Ukraine sends it way down. Belgium with the power play on hand, letting out a shot by Ukraine, number 7, Alipova. Elizabeth Alipova, one of the more senior or more experienced player on the Ukrainian squad. Here is Kirichenko. Kirichenko, the oldest, well, I shouldn't say oldest, that's not very nice, the most experienced player on the Ukrainian squad. But Kirichenko, Manchak, and Alipova, the trio, 3 of the most experienced players and leading the team, certainly, as we can see by example. For each of these teams, there are certainly a leader or leaders in their squad. Bosmans in front of their own bench. Handled the puck. There's Bosmans. Bosmans playing hurt. Important that she gets some more ice time here today. They have an even more important game tomorrow at 12:30. That's when they play New Zealand. And it's going to be, here's Manchak. Manchak with a shot, this one went up high. Rebound by Belgium, going the other way at 2-on-3. Skips past the defender. 4.5 minutes to go. Samashu turns around with a shot, blocked by Ukraine. Manchak to Skorokov, back to Manchak. Now Saunders with the puck. Saunders, 1-on-2, cuts in with a shot, hits a shin guard. Skorokov to Nestorenko, who scored a goal not long ago for Ukraine. Under 4 minutes to go, 5-1 to score. Ukraine with a commanding lead. All they need to do now is to close down the game. They're still fighting for position right in front of the Belgian crease. No intentions of letting up at all. It's Paulison with a shot, club down by Wilhan in the goal. Wilhan, very well played the game. This one, very solid and technical, always there in the right positions, challenges out aggressively, providing the Ukrainian team a solid backstop. Here comes Ukraine with another shot. Held on to by Charlotte Swinton. Rolls off. Belgium, 2 more minutes to go. Here's Son with a shot deflected with a stick. Son is still fighting very hard. Moving into the slot is de Coutinere. Now she gets it. Son has received the check along the boards. Sharp angle shot. This one saved by the goalie. De Coutinere complaining to the referee about the non-call on the check on Saunders. Here's a long shot, saved by the goalie. Rebound. Ukrainian player tied up just long enough for the Belgians to clear it out of the danger area. 5-1 still to score. Stino with a check of her own on top of the slot area. Game getting more and more physical, and referee Salmena might have to change the officiating standards a little bit, a little tighter. These teams, especially Belgium, is understandably frustrated right now. Minute 12 remaining. Minute 12 to go. With the win here today, Ukraine will remain in first place in the high-powered offense. 5 goals generated. It's going to be division leading. And later tonight here at 7:30 local time, Greenwich Mean Time plus 8 hours, Hong Kong, China will play Mexico. That is going to be a very important game for Mexico as well as the favorites of the division. They were relegated from a higher division, Division 2A. And anytime a team gets relegated, they automatically becomes the highest seed in the tournament. It's a too many player penalty against Belgium, as they will have to play a player course for the final 44 seconds of the game. It's important for Belgium to end the game on a high note, not necessarily scoring, but have to change the atmosphere, the feel, and the overall momentum of the game to try to leave the game on a high note, because this is not the end of the tournament for the team. There's a very important game tomorrow at 12:30. That game will pretty much decide who gets to stay in this division and who will be relegated into a lower division. And here is a little sovereign in front of the goalie. .28 more seconds to go. And for tonight's game, Hong Kong, China versus Mexico. Mexico lost their tournament opener, but showed everyone their dominance just 2 days ago. And now they are 1-1. They are still in the mix, still in the chase for a medal and maybe chance for a promotion. But it's more likely that Mexico, if they win the remaining of the games they have, they might have a chance to medal. But because they lost the tournament opener to Ukraine, that's a killer. Even if Mexico ended up tying with Ukraine, they would lose out on the head-to-head tiebreaker. And Hong Kong wants to prove to the rest of the world that they do belong here and they do deserve to be medaling this tournament. They will be playing as hard as they can to remain in the top 3 of the division. And that's it for the game. At 5-1 the final score. And congratulations to Ukraine. And these are the unofficial standings. Please do visit IIHF.com for official standings and stats and all the schedules and goodies. Ukraine remains in top spot. Belgium and New Zealand now in 5th and 6th place with 3 losses. Belgium only heading ahead of New Zealand they have the same goals differential, but have slightly better goals for statistics, so they're in 5th place. And tonight still 7:30, Hong Kong, China against Mexico, or Mexico as they call it. That's going to be a very important game for those 2 teams. And it's time for the traditional IIHF best player of each team presentation. And it's a great tradition as players from both teams gets recognized and not just from the winning team. Lots of players to choose from. I do have my favorites, but I don't get to pick those players. I do believe the coaches of their respective teams get to pick. Number 6 from Belgium, Lotte de Couteniere from Belgium is their choice of the best player of the game. Certainly de Couteniere, other than a very long name, plays very well always there to support the top line of forwards. Generated a lot of chances, and sure enough, he scored the lone goal for Belgium today. As for Ukraine, many players not even sure who to pick. Number 9, is it? Darina Rozak, number 9, playing in Romania. The defender for the team, and that's your best player for Ukraine in this game. Congratulations to these players. Congratulations to the team. We'll wait for the national anthem for the winning team, Ukraine. Congratulations to Ukraine. Very, very well played. And also for Belgium, a really good game played. And these two teams play again tomorrow at 12:30 local time. New Zealand plays Belgium. That's going to be the most important game for tomorrow. Lithuania plays Mexico tomorrow at 4 p.m. and Hong Kong, China plays the Ukraine. And coming up next at 7:30 today, it's going to be Hong Kong versus Mexico. Once again, here are the standings for both teams for the tournament. Ukraine up top with 9 full points after 3 games. My name is Scotty Yang, and on behalf of the Hong Kong China Ice Hockey Association and IIHF.TV, good night, and I'll see you here at the next game.